Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Libra November 21, 2022. Motivation levels can leave much to be desired early today. Insecurities or uncertainties can disrupt your routines or mood, perhaps leaving you feeling a bit under the weather. Watch that you're taking actions that serve you well, because with Mars retrograde in your sign and challenged by Neptune today, others could be misunderstanding you. The moon moves into your sector of joy today, where it will stay for over 2 days, and you connect with your need to enjoy and express yourself. This comes more naturally as the day advances. Light entertainment is in order. It's a good way to detox emotionally. Stormy red clouds gather amidst the heavens today. This is because mighty Mars, now in your solar first house of identity, your zodiac sign, will collide with a toxic Neptune spinning in the sky. Beware that you may feel targeted by others now, especially in regard to your public image or personal or romantic life. Gossip, scandal, slander, and deceit will lurk behind every corner, so the best thing to do is to stand in your higher self and not toss gasoline onto the flames. If you race into any battle, it's likely that you will be the one who falls. Do you feel like you are in alignment with your career path? Take a step back to evaluate your position when Mars retrograde in your sign squares Neptune retrograde in Pisces. You are a dynamic professional, someone who is quick and great at multitasking. However, Neptune retrograde is unveiling your professional path, especially anything that is or is not working for you. As a result, you might feel increasingly frustrated with the direction you are going in, what you are working towards, and even how you are known. Take a deep breath and take it easy on yourself. As you reach the weekend, there is a chance to reflect on and unpack the insight and the motivation the moon has created on both sides of the financial fence. Whether it was starting the week in your income sector just as the stars were aligned on the job and career fronts, or its friendly aspect to Pluto in your financial sector yesterday, this leaves you with a more confident and empowered view of both sides of the financial fence. Things could feel a little painful today. If you've been having stomach trouble, or even a bit of guilt about weight issues, you'll feel especially vulnerable. It's important to find the emotional safe place you want to stay in today and protect yourself. Take baby steps from that safe place and get a little exercise, socialize a bit with those you trust, and jump into bed early with your favorite trashy magazine. Remind yourself it's just another day and tuck yourself into bed early. If the path you're on hasn't been fruitful so far, 3, it might be time to look for another way to achieve your goals. It's a one day, and the energy from this vibration can heighten your ability to think of new and different approaches. Start by reviewing your goals. In reaffirming what's most important to you, you may find yourself more receptive to creative thinking that brings up possible solutions. Don't hesitate to ask others for their ideas on the situation as well. This may be the ticket for getting ahead. The moon returns to a fun, playful, romantic and creatively charged part of your chart every 4 weeks, but it is always an advantage when it is here over the weekend. With the sun leaving your work sector early next week and Jupiter turning direct in your career sector just 2 days later, you have an important and busy working week waiting for you on the other side of the weekend. Yet this first visit since the last planet left a playful and creative part of your chart, and since Saturn turned direct in an adventurous part, is urging you to first embrace the weekend spirit. Just as Venus and Mercury are spending their first weekend in your relationship sector aligned, the moon is making its first visit to your romantic sector since they left. Today's romantically charged lunar vibes will resonate with planets that are now more focused on your relationships but are happy to welcome the spirit of romance into the mix. Daily planetary overview. Today, the moon sextiles Mercury and Venus, and will feel a strong work ethic and determination to get things done. But as the moon aspects Venus, you could be cautious about letting down your guard with people, and you might even be somewhat defensive. You have to face up to an inner test of strength, constantly pressured by other people's problems. They might even hurt your feelings or wind you up. Take a constructive approach to this difficult situation by seeing it as an opportunity to strengthen your own position and to emerge from the argument with greater self-confidence. To put it mildly, you are somewhat overwhelmed with what is expected of you. There are frequent misunderstandings, especially with relatives and friends. To avoid making the tense situation worse, refrain from acting in the heat of the moment. You need a great deal of time and patience for talking things over to clear matters up. The sun is in the last degrees of Scorpio, pushing us to rush through our emotions. If you can tap into your reservoir of charm and compassion, you can make it through a challenging morning without too many issues. You have every right to simply have fun with others, but with this attitude you rarely experience the feeling of true love. Being a great heartbreaker limits your experiences, not allowing anyone to break through the barrier you place around yourself. You feel sad and lonely and wonder what it is you're missing. Later, it's a great time to reach out to the people you care about. If you haven't spoken to certain friends or family members in a long time, pick up the phone or send a message to check in with them. The pleasant energy of the evening will inspire you to share. Don't hesitate to let your emotions and intentions be known at this time. Just after midnight, the Virgo moon opposes Jupiter in Pisces, reminding us of the risk of excess. Be mindful of any late-night eating or drinking that could bother your gut. Many of us will be asleep at this hour, and we may be offered guidance in our dreams that bears relevance to waking life, where idealistic or grandiose thinking can get us into trouble. The moon then enters a short void lasting only a couple of hours. You will have to put up with unpleasantness in your private life, being asked repeatedly to take a stance on awkward conflicts. Some decisions may be taken that cause you great pain. Try to see this phase as a chance for inner growth. If you find the right way of doing things, you will be successful. You come under intense scrutiny and react badly to criticism you might receive from people you care about most. Emotional outbursts lead you to say things you later regret. It is probably best if you try and remove yourself from any tense situation to a quiet place where you're able to reflect on how you feel. Constantly tempted to seek pleasure for yourself, you don't even consider the thought of sharing intimate moments with another. If this is the way you feel, your attitude may satisfy you in the short term, but you notice something is missing, you're disenchanted. Practice self-restraint, reflect on your conduct. In the pre-dawn hours, the moon enters Libra, ending its short void of course. Over the next 2 days, our emotional equilibrium hinges on the stability of our relationships and our environments. Unjust or uncivilized interactions can be disturbing to us. We prefer to keep things light and friendly now, avoiding contention through diplomacy. Aim to be discerning and accept things for what they are instead of what you want them to be.